Hi y'all, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all are all doing well. I want to first say thank you to my new subscribers. I have a few new ones and I'm grateful for that. And then also, if you watch this video, I would just love it if you give me a thumbs up, a like, and I would love any and all comments. I welcome all of them. And if you wouldn't mind sharing the video too, I sure would appreciate that. So today we're going to be making a Spanish rice casserole. That's what I'm making for my supper tonight. So I thought I'd bring y'all along with me, okay? So I am going to turn you down here and we are going to get started. So in here I have, oh, you are really crooked. Okay, there we go. I have about a pound of ground beef. I just buy the big packs and then I just kind of lump it into what I more or less think a pound is. Let me see. Let me get something to chop this meat up with as I cook it. I'm going to go ahead and put this on medium heat. There we go. And just cook this. We're going to brown up this ground beef. I think it's actually ground chuck. So have all of you been doing okay? Now I am going to bring you back when I get about halfway. When I get halfway through this, when it's about halfway cooked, I am going to drain what grease is on there off, and then I'll come back and show you what I'll do from there. Okay, so I'll be back to you in a little while. Now that this is actually, I think it's cooked a little more than halfway, but it's still not finished cooking. I just want to pour some of that grease off, so I'll pour that grease off. And here I have some green pepper and some onion that I just kind of chopped up. It was about half of a, just pretty good size green pepper, and this was about half of a small onion. So just put those in there and just mix them up and finish cooking that ground beef with them, or actually till the peppers and onions are just about done. You don't have to have them all the way done, but almost. So I will bring you back when that is finished. All right, the vegetables are soft, so next we are going to add in a box of Spanish rice-a-roni. Now you can use any brand. This was just on sale, and this is what I have, is the rice-a-roni brand. And oh, I already got that thing out. So just sprinkle that in there. Get something to stir with. Just kind of stir that around. Now if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of butter to this, but I'm trying to cut out some fat, so I'm not going to do that, but you could if you wanted to. Just kind of get that mixed in there real good. Then next we're going to add in one of these, or they a 10-ounce can of the diced tomatoes and green chilies, otherwise known as Rotel. And this is just an Aldi brand I have. To this next, I am going to add about, I think this holds about 6 ounces. I'm just going to use one of these little juice cups of tomato juice. That's tomato juice. You could use some, like a little bit of tomato paste and a little bit of water, or you could use, like a 4 to 8 ounce can of tomato sauce. You could use ketchup. You could just use water. So whatever you prefer. And I may end up actually putting a little more juice in here later. You want to cook it until the rice is tender. Then we're going to take the seasoning pack from the Spanish rice, rice-a-roni, and put that in here. And we are going to sprinkle in some of this Slap Your Mama, this Cajun seasoning that I like. And you could use any kind of Cajun seasoning, and you don't have to even use any if you don't want to. That's just up to you. A little bit of garlic powder. That again is optional. And I'm going to add a little bit black pepper, and that is optional too. That's just up to you. Stir this around real good. Now, I like for my Spanish rice, you know when you get it in a Mexican restaurant, most of the time it's dry, and I do not like it dry. And so that's why I will check this later, and I may add more tomato juice to it. Sometimes I have to, and sometimes I don't. So we'll just have to see as it starts absorbing that water. So I am going to put a lid on this. Let me turn you up. I'm going to let it, actually I'm going to increase this heat a little, to about medium heat for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to stir it around, see if I need more juice, and then I'll cook another 15 to 10 minutes until the rice is tender. You do want to stop about 10 minutes through to stir it up to make sure whatever rice is on top will get down toward the middle and bottom. All right, I'll bring you back in a minute. All right, I forgot to bring you back when the 10 minutes were up, but I did stir it, and I add a little bit more tomato juice to it because it did look a little bit dry to me. So we will let this cook another 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll bring you back then. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that you do cook this when you get it all in. You put the lid on. You want it to let it simmer probably a little less than medium. So you're probably on about medium low. Okay, the rice is tender, so we are going to turn our heat down to low. Then we are going to sprinkle some shredded cheddar cheese on top of this. And that is your preference for however much that you want. I love cheese, so. With my bones, I need calcium. Then we will just set the lid on there, and we will leave that for about 5 minutes or so until that cheese is melted. So I'll be back in a little bit. All right, it's finished. You see how the cheese has melted on top of there? So it's ready to eat now. And over here I have some green beans that I'm going to have along with this. That we have them cook there for about an hour or so. Well, longer than it took to make this. Remember that the seasonings, the extra seasonings, you can put in whatever you want to put in there. As far as like the tomatoes, like I put in a can of Rotel, and then I added some more liquid like I use the tomato juice. You could use tomato juice, some water and tomato paste. You could use some ketchup. Or instead of even doing the rotel, if you don't want to do that, you could just use like one of those, are they like 14 or 15 ounce cans of diced tomatoes? And you may have to add a little bit of extra water, maybe not, just keep check on it and see. So that's all there is to it. So listen, y'all have a wonderful evening, and God bless y'all, and remember to always season your cooking with love.